guys, look what we've got to play with today. A fairly new and very pretty MD600. Looks a bit like a stretched 500, because pretty much that's what it is. So we'll have a look around it, I'll take you through it all, and then we'll take it for a flight, and I will try and give you an honest opinion and keep my bias to myself. So if we have a look in the front, very much like an MD500, all the layout's exactly the same, although you normally fly this from the right hand seat rather than the left hand seat, because you only get 2 in the front, whereas with a 500 you would get 3 across the front. The rotor head, very similar to a 500, just with 6 blades rather than 5, which does make the flight controls quite heavy. So it has a super fast trim motor to eliminate all your stick forces as you're flying along. The back of it is quite impressive. It's the owner trying to keep out of the shot. The back of it is quite big. You get 2 rows of seats. This row of seats can be turned around to face forward, but with it as it is now, you get quite a lot of headroom, or quite a lot of legroom rather. And I'm just, with the haircut, I'm about 6 foot, and this is the smallest seat in the aircraft. And I'm quite comfy. Got lots of legroom, although you obviously have a bit less legroom if you've got somebody sitting next to you, but it's not too bad. It is a little bit noisy in here because you've got this bit up here is the gearbox for your main rotor, and coming off of that is you don't have a tail rotor on a Notar, you've got a big fan in the boom, and I'll take you over that now. You do need a step ladder to get in and out, as you can see. I think they all come on high skids, so they're all about that high. Fuel tank's there. It's only about the size of an egg cup. You know, so you only got just over 2 hours endurance with it, compared to about 4 hours with the 119. So up there, this thing here is another air intake, and in the boom here is a big fan which blows air down the boom for the Notar system, the no tail rotor system, which is made of 3 parts. You have a vane which runs all the way down the side of the boom. Air comes out of this vane and goes round the boom. It's pretty noisy at an airport. It comes round the boom, producing low pressure on this side, so the boom pushes towards us as we're standing here now, and that's your anti-torque system that stops the aircraft from rotating. Then at the back you have 2 rudders and a hairdryer. This is your hairdryer. It's got a slot on this side and it moves. This provides your control when you're in a hover, and then in forward flight you can see the rudders moving. If I move this again, and you get that on just the left side on this one, because this one's got the yaw stability system. So this rudder on this side, that's controlled by a gyro in the nose. It helps keep the aircraft stable in forward flight. I have flown both variants. The one without the SAS is an absolute pig to fly. This one with the SAS, it's not bad. So we'll go inside, get the thing fired up, and go and do a bit of flying. Right, so just finished our little bit of tasking today. So we're going to get this thing airborne with the owner next to me for added amusement value, and see how we get on. So we'll wind it up and get going.
Bravo Hotel, Victor Romeo.
Just turn it off down a fair bit. Oh, you put your mask back on. COVID safe, man. COVID safe. Despite the fact that everybody's already had it.
Yep.
Gauge frictions are off. Trimming the cyclic to neutral so there's not getting feedback. Tip hand off it, nothing happens. No lights, everything's in the green. Good look out the front. And we'll take off nice and gently, so the aircraft doesn't embarrass me too much, we hope. Trimming again as soon as it's in the hover to hold it in the hover. First turn. We're going to take off out over the fields. So we're going to towering take off. We're going to pull the power in. Positive direct line, ease it forwards, build the airspeed up. A lot of right pedal as the 2 fins take effect. And then we're going to accelerate away and put a little bit of collective friction on so the lever doesn't drop or go up. 90 knots already. Very smooth.
What's it?
If it's trimmed out nicely, you can almost take your hand off.
Rather you than me.
And the aircraft doesn't go anywhere. So what we'll do to start with, for our first part of our test, we'll pull max continuous power and we'll see how fast the thing will go. It's 120 knots. As soon as you get above 120 knots, it does start to get a little bit, what's the word, wobbly.
Fucking Bronco's the one I use, so.
Yeah. This machine has the YSAS, so it's not too bad. 130 knots. Still climbing slightly. We're probably going to get 135, 140 knots out of it, which is plenty. So I'll drop the power down, slow up a little bit, so the aircraft isn't quite such a fucking bronco. One of the things with the NOTAR system is you're never quite sure which way to move the pedals. It really wants to do its own thing. We'll put it through a few tight turns, 120 knots-ish. Still nice and smooth in the turns. Every cyclic input is followed with a little trim adjustment. Take up any cyclic loads. But it's actually quite nice and smooth. It's a little bit noisier than the 119, but it's quite nice and smooth. What we'll do is we'll pop up, get as high as we can, and we'll do an auto rotation to demonstrate one of the less pleasant aspects of an MD600. Maximum altitude we can get in this part of the world is 2,400 feet, because we're underneath the London TMA. Nobody above us, nobody on the radar.
If it works. Go round, just come round with yourself.
That's right, I want to point the thing into wind. So rotation speed is 85 knots. So, we'll clear the motorway, we've got clear area in front of us, good lookout for other traffic, everything else in the green. We'll call that a hazel check done. We've got plenty of fields to go into, so we'll enter rotation about there. Leave it all the way down. The nose wants to drop like a brick, so it's a long way back to the side. Leave it all the way down. Check back up. Stop the rotor RPM from speeding up too much. Bring in the speed back, and already you can see the rate of descent is massive. Speed still coming back. About 2,000 feet a minute. 2200, something like that. The auto rotation in this is simple. You're going there.
You can't make a mistake with this, can you?
Engine's back in again. Pull the power in smoothly. Let the engine catch up with the power demands. And if we pull full power and bring the speed back, it will go back up again.
Just watch behind you, because where we are.
Almost as quickly. There you are, 2,500 feet a minute up. It goes up
and down.
Traffic over there. Avoid that one. It goes up just as fast as it goes down.
I don't think there's many that do that, is there?
No. There was always a thing doing PPLs and 500s that you never got a breather when you climbed out from doing an auto rotation, because you were back up again almost as fast as you went down. So that's really the only negative point with the 600 is the speed in which it comes down in an auto rotation. It's very entertaining. Other than that, and the fact that unlike a 119, you do actually have to move the flight controls.
And your feet.
And your feet. There's a lot of feet going on. It's quite smooth and pleasant to fly. We'll head back in towards Elstree, and we'll put it through its paces in the hover, and see if it's as smooth.
Check those, we have your details, should be.
So one of the things I'm never that sure about, and if anybody watching this has more experience on those cars than I do, I've only got a couple of hundred hours, is what you're supposed to do with your feet as this thing comes to a stop. You're going to see my feet. Hopefully you can see my feet. Go all over the shop.
Alpha Hotel, rotary inbound via Bravo.
And it appears to make no difference to anything.
Wind 330, 8 knots.
So as we slow down, the effectiveness of the rudders...
November 0 Mike Whiskey, land Northside grass, your discretion, instant wind 350, 8 knots.
My discretion. Effectiveness of the rudders reduces, and we're now relying on the anti-torque system and the hairdryer moving the pop thing. Technical name for it, isn't it?
Kilo Echo Victor Bravo, L3 inflation, 26 left QFE or
So tell me what I'm supposed to do with my feet.
1014.
Is this going to be like... Little right, little left, bit of right again, and now some left.
Alpha Hotel, backtrack to continue ahead, vacate Delta, traffic short final.
But once it's in the hover, and you've got the cyclic trim, it's quite smooth.
Correction, vacate Charlie.
Do some spot turns, re-trimming as you go. The cyclic will need to be moved, or it's displaced into wind as you go around. And as you move the cyclic, you're going to need to move the trim. Actually a northerly wind.
Charlie Hotel, road direct to north side, 26 touch and go discretion, instant wind 350, 8 knots. 26 touch and go, up 20 knots.
That's quite smooth, isn't it?
Victor Bravo,
I think it's very good.
is active, 2 downwind, 1 on fire.
Bit of sideways action. Okay.
Oscar India runway.
Oh, there was a big shadow then. Shadows are a thing.
Touch and go, rotary active north side.
Oscar India, roger. Just turn.
Takeoff, Victor Bravo, we'll do a standard overhead joint. Roger. Golf Oscar India, 26 landed discussion, instant wind,
Bit of backwards.
6 knots.
Land off to it, yeah. What's the tail rotor?
Yeah. The benefit, allegedly, of a no-tail system over a conventional tail rotor is exactly that. It's less susceptible to FOD damage and less dangerous to people walking around it. But nothing beats a conventional simple tail rotor.
Taxi Bravo.
I'd say we do a quick stop, but you know,
025, thanks man.
do you reckon we do a quick stop in this thing?
Why not?
Yeah, let's do a quick stop.
India, taxi hang out at Delta apron.
Doesn't matter which way you do it, it's all coming from the north.
Yeah.
Got Victor Romeo, backtrack 26, vacate Delta.
The key thing with this is just not to have an engine failure. So whatever you're paying your engineers, make sure they get a nice big Christmas bonus. Right, let's go. Have a look at a quick stop. I'm going to turn it towards the yellow sign so we get it into wind as much as possible. 50 knots, that'll do. And then forwards and down. It's not bad actually.
Run it down the field, see what happens on the hill.
Alpha Hotel, 8 backtrack 26, vacate.
Go that way, it makes no odds.
Or you're in another one, or just a normal?
Just go and do a, quick stop, see what happens.
Victor Romeo, continue taxi to parking Delta apron.
But don't hit the flag.
No, I'm just trying to get it a little bit into wind. That'll do it.
So
nothing really happens with the yaw to start with, and then he wants right pedal,
It's all at the end, isn't it?
then he wants left pedal, then he wants right pedal, and then left pedal.
India, roger, another 2 yet to report down.
And that can only be the anti-torque over the boom becoming effective as the airflow sort of attaches to it. 600 Mike Whiskey to cross behind the arriving fuel.
November Mike Whiskey cross 26.
Crossing now.
Clear. Clear.
Golf Charlie Hotel, backtrack 26, vacate Delta.
Backtrack 26 and vacate right after Golf Charlie Hotel.
Golf Hotel India, I've got traffic on final, hold position, I'll get your way after. Hotel is holding. House information, Golf Bravo Romeo, Hotel Romeo. Out to the west, now to Luton, 129 and decimal 550. 129 550, brother.
I think we're on the ground. Definitely on the ground.
Runway
That was fun.
Low rotor. Low rotor.
2-minute shutdown, same as any Allison engine.
Information, Golf Bravo.
And there we go. That was a first look at an MD. Well, not first look, but that was a look at an MD600.
Alpha Hotel.
But you can see it's got lots of good points. It's powerful. It's fast. It's got a really nice rear cabin. It does have some idiosyncrasies basically around the NOTAR system, and it comes down like a homesick missile in off rotation. That's lovely.
Your description, Swiffy 1014.
So there we are, guys. Thanks very much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you liked it, and if you're into Twitch and gaming, follow me on Twitch. There'll be a link in the description down here somewhere. I'll be streaming X-Plane, doing some helicopter stuff on that during the week. So thanks a lot for watching, and goodbye.